process of that.
Yeah, so for that, obviously not the way I wanted that previous drive to turn out. I'll eat that one on the chin, a little miscommunication, but it's on me. But we had complete faith in our defense. I mean, who wouldn't? They're the best in the country. So as soon as we saw Ethan get the ball, we were going to take it. The O-line was riled up. They were ready to go. And Bo, just handed the ball, let him do his work. And he got up there, busted through the hole, and, set us up for a good field goal.
What do you mean they were riled up? Like, ready to remove people or what?
Yeah, on the sideline, we knew, all right, this game's either going to go into overtime or we're going to get a second shot at this and we're going to take it. We had faith in our defense. They were going to stop them, force overtime or get us the ball back in. That's exactly what they did. So on the sideline, we were all like, all right, we got one more chance at this. Let's just keep it going.
Were you kind of mentally preparing for overtime at that point?
Yeah, absolutely. You're just like, all right, we're either going to get this back right away or we're going to head into overtime. We got to prep for that. So, whatever the situation was, we were going to be prepared for it.
What's going through your mind when you see Marshall Meter trotting out there for the game-winning field goal he hasn't kicked in over a year in a competitive game?
Yeah, I had no worries at all. I know Marshall, love Marshall. He's a great guy. He works very hard. He makes his kicks in practice when he's up there, so I had complete faith in Marshall that thing was going in.
I know we asked you a lot about the culture of this team, but it seemed like the sideline really rallied around Marshall. I mean, it's his first kick as a Hawkeye. Again, he hasn't been in a game in a year to say, oh, by the way, go kick the game winner. I mean,
yeah.
I guess describe the sideline, how you guys really rallied around him before he kind of went out there.
Yeah, I think it just attests to how close this team is in all aspects, I sit with we sit in position groups for dinner the night before games, then we have snack after the team meeting, and I'll sit with the specialists, we'll chop it up. So I think it's just a testament to how close this team is, regards to offense, defense, position groups. We all want to see the best for each other, and I think today was just a testament to that.
I was kind of wondering the same thing about how well you and Marshall knew each other. You guys were both transfers that came in within the last year. What did you say to him after the game? I saw you go and give him a big hug. What were you guys saying to each other?
I was like, you're the man. You saved my butt. Give him a kiss on the forehead in the locker room too. I was extremely stoked for him. He deserves it. He came in right before season. We didn't transfer in at the same time, but awesome dude to be around. Just love that kid to death.
What else can you just share about him? Because we just really haven't seen much of him this season.
Yeah, I mean he's a jokester. That whole special teams room is, especially with Tori leading the head. But yeah, they're just he's just great to be around. Super genuine guy. Super funny, always making people laugh. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is.
Deacon, you took a timeout after LeSean's 22-yard run and then kind of centered the kick.
Yeah.
Were you supposed to go back that far?
Yeah, we could. He told me, he's like, lose depth, get to the center. I just didn't want to be anywhere close to the line of scrimmage and risk not being able to get the timeout off. So it was just, we called the play, drop back, take a knee, called the timeout immediately.
You had a couple plays today where you tripped over an offensive lineman's leg. Was that in your mind at all on that last play when you were told to kneel it?
Yeah, a little bit. I just made sure to get my feet out from under there. I think the scariest one was in our own end zone when I had to toss it up to LaShawn. But yeah, Els is like, I owe you a couple sodas for that one. So, but yeah, it was going through my mind a little bit, but I trusted them. So.
What happened on the interception?
We designed up a play. Probably not the best look for it that we got. I could have worked through the play, but was going to give Nico a chance. But it was a little miscommunication on where he was going to be. But I got to work through the play. That's not on Nico.
That must have been a frustrating first half because you guys were, whether it was missed field goals, drop passes, misfires, you guys were so close to making it go from 10-0 to 24-0.
Yeah.
And what was kind of the discussion like at halftime, because you were rolling at one point.
Yeah, just keep pushing. I say that every week, repeatedly, but you can't. It doesn't mean anything more than that. Just literally just keep pushing forward. Each play it's going to break, and it did in the end right there with LaShawn setting up the field goal. It finally broke, and so just that keep moving one step after the other.
Deacon, as a California kid, was this the coldest football game you've ever played in?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I think before that was 45 or something. I immediately got to the sideline, threw a coat on every time. So, but I had to wear a short sleeve to make a statement. Just saying.
You guys talked about this game being important to you coming in, obviously, but in the standings it didn't necessarily mean much. So why was it so important to come out of this with a win for you?
Yeah, I think the obvious is rivalry game. It means a lot. They came to Kinnick last year and took the trophy, so we wanted to get it back. And then just the way this team is designed, we all want to compete. every chance we can go and compete, we want to do it at our best. And so that's why it was so important, just another chance to get better, another chance to compete, and, obviously, thankfully bringing the trophy back home, obviously.
You are a starting quarterback of a 10-win Big Ten team. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, if you told me that at the beginning of the season, I would have told you you're nuts. But it means a lot. I think it's just an attestment to the team and how hard we've worked since the beginning of January, since I got here. Me and the other transfers bought in immediately to what the culture is here. And I think that's just how it's been, me getting close to the team and progressing, trying to progress each week.
One or two more?
Good.